All right. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're tuning in from today. We have the wonderful Deita Harris with us, tuning in from Pet Summit in Orlando. How's that going for you?
It is awesome. I'm super excited. I got here. I left my house at 5:45 in the morning, and I got here at 8:15, just in time for breakfast. So it's really, really great. There are 3,500 or over 3,500 different like pet care companies, everything from like dog treats to like reptile things. I haven't actually went down into the expo. This morning is more of an educational thing for content creators. So I was able to snag a scholarship pass to get here because I applied as an influencer, but I did not have the following requirement. So I messaged them back and I said, like, I need to get to this. Like, what can I do to get there? And a couple weeks later, I opened up my email and there was a link for like a scholarship opportunity to grab the ticket for today. So I grabbed it and here I am. I cleared my schedule and I said, if I want to make this happen, like, this is how you have to do it. You know, you got to get in the door somehow.
Yeah, no, love that. I love yours is such a go-getter. I feel like, yeah, you just like you're taking everything by the horns and you're just like going with it. So no, I'm so happy for you to get into that summit. Congrats. So before we begin, I want to make sure that we address the people tuning in and include you guys as part of our discussion as well. So if you guys could let us know in the chat what state you're tuning in from and what state you call home if that's different. So please let us know. I see we already have Renee, who is part of our Creator Connect calls, as Dina knows. Welcome, Teal. Welcome, Isabel. Okay, Isabel tuning in from Ohio. Amazing. I think I just emailed you, right, Isabel? Like, I feel like we were just in communication. Yes, Renee from Nevada, Tamika from Tennessee, Thomas Barley also, I think, from Washington. I just met you at a conference, right, Thomas? Yes, all these names are like, yes. Teal from Utah, or she's in Utah right now, but she's from Texas. Ooh, what part of Texas? Elise, currently in Texas, but from Oklahoma. Isabel, yes, we've been chatting. Brooke from Washington, but living in Mexico. There's a huge,
Cool.
tons of people moving to Mexico. What part of Mexico? Christine, Florida. Okay, Dita's in Florida right now. What part of Florida are you in, Christine? And Texas is home. That's right, Thomas Barley. We were at TravelCon. That's right, we were mountain biking together. Teal's from Central Texas, and Yasmin, yes, Arizona. Just met Yasmin at TravelCon last week as well. And yeah, she's also a dog creator, Dita. So yeah, you guys should connect. Actually, also, if everyone could drop your handles as well, so everyone can connect with each other, see who's in our midst. If it's not Instagram, make sure to do like a whole link as well. Christine is in Boca Raton. That's kind of close to you, right?
I think I think that's East Coast. Kind of. I'm so bad. I don't know where that is.
Okay. Well, where are you right now?
I'm in Orlando, so kind of like middle of the state, basically, where Disney World is or Disneyland. I get those confused too. So I'm like horrible with apparently geography.
All good,
Of where
all
I
good.
live.
Yes, yeah, but I mean, you're both in Florida, so if you guys want to connect, maybe create content together, that'd be cute. Um, yeah, awesome. Yes, thanks for dropping all your handles. Oh, we got Brooke in the house. Full time. We travel full time. Like to rent an apartment for a few weeks. Okay, they're in San Cris, Mexico. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, as I said, ideally this isn't meant to just be an interview. We love it when you have a comment or a question, simply write it out in the chat and we will highlight it and then put it on to the screen. And generally speaking, as long as it's relevant, and I will call it out and include it as part of our discussion. That's the beauty of being live right now, right? So we can actually interact and it's actually a whole conversation so that we can all be a part of something together. So Also I see Kayla tuned in from Sticker Suitcase. Just met them in TravelCon as well. So, super fun when IRL turns into online community and vice versa, right? So, that's the goal. All right. So let me first introduce myself really quick, and then I'll introduce the beautiful Deita to y'all. So I'm Elaine Rau, and prior to RockPorch, I actually made online courses full-time, educating people on how to start professional blogs. I've also worked with over 1,000 brands on brand deals as a full-time content creator for the past 7 years. And just last year, transitioned to educating creators on RockPorch on how to make money with their online content. I have the pleasure of introducing our lovely Deita, who is a dog mom, sobriety advocate, and paddleboard lover, among a lot of other things. And she's been a consistent face, actually showing up weekly at our Creator Connect calls, which happen to be every single Wednesday at noon Central, which is right now, current time, where it's basically all about community over competition. And I've personally seen just incredible growth in Deita since she first started attending. Deita joined us as a RockPorch creator last August the 19th, to be exact. I went through and checked it out as a meek, shy girl, just learning the ropes of the whole content creation world. And literally, you made your first RockPorch dollars on August 25th, not even a week after you signed up. And you've been earning consistent commissions ever since. So tell us about your initial start with RockPorch and how you made your first online dollars with us, and so fast.
Well, it really helps that I love shopping online. I love shopping. I love finding good deals, and I love like buying things. I always like justify it. Like I told my husband one time, like I will question buying like an organic apple, for example, for myself, but I will spend the $90 on the dog to get laser therapy on her leg. You know what I mean? Like, so that really helps. I'm super passionate about doing like adventures with my dog, getting other people out with their dogs. So when I came across RockPorch, it was like a no-brainer for me. And my whole family loves shopping too. Well, not my whole family, but all the women in my family, I should say. And I'm kind of known with my family and my group of friends as like the deal finder. Like, what is Deita gonna like find? So when I came across this, being with brands that I actually am already using and things like that, it was super easy for me to integrate and like go on to these different sites that I'm already shopping and browsing on. And when I found things, the first sale that I made, honestly, I was shopping for our family vacation. We were going to Montana, and I was getting gear for our ski vacation. And Backcountry was having an amazing sale, and I just put in my family group chat. I created my affiliate link for the Backcountry sale, and I just dropped it in the group chat, and I said, y'all, check out the sale that they are having if you need new gear for our vacation, and dropped it in there. And I think like my sister-in-law and my mother-in-law both went on and bought things immediately. So for me, just integrating it into like my normal conversations, my normal group messages, just like I would be talking to a friend, because I'm talking to people who care about what I'm doing for the most part online, I think. But just doing it authentically. And that was my first sale, dropping it to somebody who I know, because
Love
they're going
that.
they're going to ask you for your opinion anyways. So as long as you're talking about things that matter to you, people will ask you about it. And then it makes sharing it even easier.
Yeah. So love that you utilize family group chats and stuff like that. I know you also, I mean, your social media is at 16,000 followers now, so congrats. But as a small creator, how have you utilized your following to then make sales?
Well, I only have 1,600, not 16,000.
Oh, sorry, 1,600. Yeah, you're right. 1,600. Thank you. 1,600.
So I have found for like with my following and like with people who aren't close with me, who I'm not like messaging directly and talking to on a regular basis, definitely utilizing the single links of whatever item that I'm using in my stories. That's where I've gotten the most traction on clicks and conversion. And I have noticed too, what has really, really helped me, which I had been fighting for a really, really long time, was niching down and finding like the specific products that are helping me with my adventures. Because I've asked people too, like doing polls and stories, like what do your followers want you to share more about? And every time I do that poll, they always say dog adventures, dog adventures, dog adventures, more adventures with your dog. So to me, like, and I put sobriety, fitness tips, like all of what my pillars are and what I love sharing. But if people don't want to hear about my pre-workout and they want to see me go out on an adventure with my dog, I'm going to share what the people want, because that's what they're more likely going to buy from me. So for example, like I said, the adventures with my dog is my main niche. I do paddle boarding with my dog. So me constantly sharing the dog life jacket, that's one of my most clicked, and I've had a couple of sales for the rough wear life jacket. And that's like something that I use all the time. So just sharing that over and over and over, that single link. I have had a couple of conversions on my lockers, but I find that I've had more of conversion on those single links in my stories.
Yeah, definitely.
And then directing people to my stories too, like in the post, like say, well, check out my stories if you want, more of more of this adventure, or more of me being an idiot.
No, being silly.
The unhinged version, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's authentic. That's you. That's Deita Harris in true form, right? And people love that. Yeah, we love, your content, your dog, like, everything, right? I love that you polled your audience to ask them what it is that they actually wanted from you as well, because that's the path to niching down, so to speak, right? So what tools or resources would you recommend for new creators?
As far as tools, like what I use, I definitely would say invest in some sort of a tripod. And if you don't have like an Apple Watch, one that has a remote, I've lost all of my remotes for my phone, and it has made like my life so difficult over the past 2 weeks. And I have not like pulled the trigger to get one that has a remote, because I've also lost my Apple Watch. Don't tell my husband.
Wait, isn't there a tracker on there?
Yeah, but it died, so it just keeps showing like where it was when it died, like in July. And I'm like, babe, it's in the camper somewhere. I'm gonna find it. But definitely, like a tripod with a remote of some sort is like number one that I have found. Like being somebody who my husband doesn't want to take videos of me doing things, or like, you know what I mean? Like, or I'm doing things a lot of the time solo. Like I've been getting into tent camping with one of my dogs and going by ourselves. And it's not always easy to like set up your tripod, like, or set up your phone like on dirt or whatever. So number one, I say a tripod. My number two, I am old school and use my notes on my phone, like on my Apple phone. And like I keep different folders like UGC, post ideas, different folders of whatever I'm doing. Like I have one for Pet Summit, and then I'll transfer it into a Google Sheet or something like that. So utilizing like that note section on my phone has been really key and easy for someone like myself who isn't really the most tech savvy, I feel like, and I don't like a ton of different apps that I don't really know what is going on. So I'm a simple gal. I like to do things very easy, and I figured out how to use notes. So now that's what I use. I like how you can search on there, and it's just very easy for me. A lot of people have suggested different apps to like plug all my notes into, but for me, it just works. I don't know why. I know I need to get, a lot of people have suggested Notion, which that is like my April goal, to get into Notion and figure that out. I do use Google spreadsheets like for planning content. And I use Honeybook is my app that I use for like all of my invoices and tracking things like that, and also for my email marketing and my newsletter, because you can do a landing page on there. You can sell digital products through there. You can do basically a lot of the things that Stan Store does, but you can also hook it up to your business.
Yeah, great suggestions. Let me highlight this. Oops, wrong one. Sorry, 1 second, Christine. Do you speak a lot to the camera on your posts versus just overlay?
I I used to talk a lot more on my stories, and that is something that I feel like I've gotten away from over the past like 6 to 8 months. And it's something that I have told myself that I'm going to get back into. But I do a lot more voice overlays, and I guess I'm not really speaking directly into the camera, which is something I think that I need to do more. And I think that I would have maybe a more better conversion if I did that.
Okay.
But I think it's easier to start off doing it on your stories and getting comfortable in front of the camera, because it goes away in 24 hours if you don't save it. So that's what I keep telling myself.
Yeah, no, thanks for the also the highlight, Kevin. He says he lives in Notion. And then of course Teal using Excel sheets and stuff like that. So super cool. Thanks for sharing.
Oh, nice.
All
Yeah, I
those.
love that. And I love that you can, on your notes, like you can have the hyperlink in the note and like copy and paste it. Like I use that a lot for like pitching to brands through DMs or through emails, because I can link my portfolio and have that email template per se ready to go in my notes section. So that way, when I actually get the brand's email, I can just copy and paste it, change it out to be authentic for that brand and send it, versus trying to rewrite a new email every time.
Yeah, well, actually, that's a great transition, and yeah, thanks for Liz your idea as well. But that's a great transition into Media Kit. So I know that we worked on your Media Kit and kind of made it. Obviously you started it, and then we just, anyways. So talk to us about how you went about creating that. What type of information you're including in it? What type of information maybe brands have asked of you, and kind of how you've crafted your pitch. That's kind of two questions, right? To brands.
Okay, so for the media kit, I actually used from the Creator's Passport. They did a really great webinar where they gave you a template to a media kit. So I kind of took like the information that they had in theirs and tailored it to my own. I think that the best thing that you can do is like start making videos that are brands that you're already using to build this media kit. I have, different pictures. I guess I can, let me pull
Yeah,
it
show
up.
us. Yeah.
I'll lead
Yeah, and the
through.
Creator Passport is also one of our RockPorch creators too. So love that. Yeah, I mean, creators learning from creators, just helping our creator economy go round.
I don't know if I can share. Here, I'll just pull it up on my phone and then I can walk through what's in there. I don't know if it will let me share my screen.
Yeah.
Should be much easier to get to.
Yeah, so she made it in Canva, so she can share a direct link via to directly to her media kit. And also, yeah.
Did do too was I created business cards, which I did not print off in time for what I'm at now, but I also linked my media kit right onto my business cards through a QR code. So that way, when I hand out my business card to a brand or to somebody, they can just grab it and scan it. It has my socials on there, and then that QR code, obviously my name, and then I have a picture of me on the paddleboard with the dogs, obviously, with all three of my dogs. All three of them, I had to get a picture. They're not all lined up or anything, but I found one with all three. So in my media kit, let me see if I can. God, why is it taking so long? I guess I don't have good service here. Let me
maybe go
pull
to
it up.
Email to a brand that you sent.
Through my link, it might pull up easier. So I have showcased in there. The first page, I have, obviously my name, what I specialize in, which is lifestyle, wellness, dogs, and outdoor adventures. Then I have a page with my about me that has my photo. It has my engagement rate, which I will say that was one of the first things. I just landed my first hosted RV trip. And the first thing that they said was, we know that you don't have a big following, but your engagement is awesome. And that's what we're looking
Amazing.
for, is smaller creators who have an engaged following, whose following listens to what they're saying. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, cool. So that was super helpful, which Elaine gave me that little website to use, which was really cool.
So
And then
yeah, the website. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I'll put the website in there.
yeah, because that's a great website. And I use it for, I do content like as my like full-time job. I guess I have 6 social media clients that I work with that are not in my niche whatsoever, but I use that engagement rate for them every month when I do their analytics. So it's just super helpful to know, like, if your content is hitting, even not only for your portfolio but for yourself, to like check that every, I try to do it at least once a month. And then also on that page, if I have a list of all the clients that I've worked with, all the little logos. I don't know if you can see it down there at the
Mm-hmm.
bottom. So I have a list of all of those, and then I have, if I could find where they used my content on their social media, I tried to link that so people could click on that brand and see the content that I created for them on their social versus just all of my social pages, which is coming up further along in the portfolio. And then I do have, like what my services that are offered. So what types of videos that I do, what my niche is, and my expertise. So that way, when people are saying, like looking through it, okay, well, she does these kind of videos. That's exactly what we're looking for. So then it kind of like guides them too into the process of wanting to work with you, because they say, oh, well, I'm looking for a lifestyle video about our RV park, and I want it to be dog friendly. So, like the RV people, they see on here, well, my expertise are dog, pet wellness, dog adventures, RV travel, and outdoor adventures. So, if they want somebody to showcase what adventures are going on in that area, then I would probably be a very good person. And I position myself in my pitch email to be that person for them, to whatever. I'll use the RV thing because it is recent and right in my brain. So I reached out to them and I said, like my husband and I introduced myself. I have 3 dogs. We do travel once a month at least in our RV, and we focus on going to places that have dog adventures. I would love to showcase the springs in your area along with your RV park and make that your destination dog parents RV destination for Central Florida. I said, my parents live up there, so we're coming up there often. So I would love for this to be like a long-term collaboration. And
Yeah.
she's like, oh my God, thank you for reaching out. Send me your portfolio. And then so I've already kind of like teed them up, like positioned myself as this expert. And then I'm sending them the proof that I am the expert. So I
Yeah.
think that that's been really important and helpful to position yourself that way. So that way, when you do, if you get a response, you're already like a step up from just saying like, hey, I want to make content for you. You've already told them exactly like what you do and how you can help them.
Yeah. And something that you do really well, Dita, is you storytell really well. You talk about your personal life, your details, like your mom lives up there, you go, you know what I mean? Those details, though they might seem minute, are really, really important and to set your pitch above everyone else's. Oh, we have a question from Isabel. When you pitch, are you doing it in exchange for a free product or a specific fee?
Um, when I first pitch, I usually just do it in the DMs, and I ask for somebody, like I have a template. I say, hi, like I'm so and so. I've worked, I'm an outdoor content creator who specializes in encouraging more women to get outside and adventure with their dogs. And then I mention the brand, how I can help them, and then I ask in that DM, do you have an email of someone who I could reach out to with content ideas? Because whoever is doing the social media most likely isn't the person who's in charge of these collaborations. So then when they give me that pit, or when they give me the email, if they respond, then I'll go in further. And I kind of like right now, with this RV, it was just a hosted thing. And I asked my husband, I said, well, should I counter back and say, like, I want to be paid as well? And he said, pump the brakes, woman. So he said, just for this first one, create the content for them for free. We were going to go up there and stay there anyway. So we're getting, a $250 RV stay. We're not going to have to check out when we were supposed to have to check out, so we can spend the extra day there. So I guess right now have been doing it for a free product, but I am in talks with some also in the moment that are for a specific fee. And I do have my fees in my media kit. Now I have the page hidden, so when people click on the view only link, they don't see what I charge. But if they ask me, like, what do you charge, then I send them over my fee page, if that makes sense. So I have done both. And right now, like, the free ones obviously are easy because they want to give you the product for you to do it. So it's much easier to pitch if you're looking for free products, which kind of, and this was something I wanted to loop in, so it's a perfect question, brings me back to like having your niche and why it is so important. Because if you're in a niche that you care about and you're pitching brands that you like and care about, then a free product should be pretty cool. I don't know. I mean, I know that you want to get paid, but like if you're first starting out, this is just what I'm doing. So don't take it all with a grain of salt. This is how I'm starting out as a small content creator. I pitch brands that I want their shit. So they're going to offer a free product that I already like and I want their product. So hell yeah, give me the free product. I can build up my portfolio and I get something cool that I don't have to spend money on. So like for me, like right now it's working, and then I'm on different platforms that I get paid jobs with as well. The platform connects you with a brand, and then they take a little bit of the commission off of it. Whatever, but it's a great place to get started with brands, and then those brands are looking for people to create user-generated content. So I've pitched brands that I've worked with on these sites off of the sites.
Yeah. And also, I mean, with free product or with free hosted stays, you can still monetize with RockPorch as well. So it's like, yes, you're getting it for free, but if you utilize the links, you know what I mean, you can still monetize, years on out, as long as, if it's like in your YouTube bio or blog bio or whatever it is, that can start making passive income for you as well. So
exactly. And you can use that, like you said, to hook it up to your locker, to share it in other ways. So you may not be getting paid directly by the brand per se your first time, but I also do think if it's a brand that you want to work with and they're offering you a free thing, and then like you over deliver, like I'm a big over deliverer. So if I go up to this or say and I come up and give them this amazing reel and all of these like different whatever our agreement is, and I over deliver on that, then maybe they're going to say, well, we want, instead of those 5 to 10 photos that we agreed on, like we want 30 of your pictures and we're going to pay you for them. Or you know what I mean? Like, so I think that, and that's something that I learned from the Creator Passport thing too, was to kind of like not overwork yourself, but take more content than what they ask for, so that way you can like pitch them like a higher package after the fact.
Yeah. Okay. Another question from Isabel. How do you come up with your fees?
That was from a different webinar that I went on, a UGC webinar, and I want to give her some credit. I believe hers is Maddie. Let me see. MaddieOutdoors.coach is her.
Is it MADDIE or MADDY?
MADDY outdoors.coach. And she's an outdoor and travel UGC coach. And she did a master class where she broke down like what she charges. And I basically like cut that in half because I'm not experienced as her. She's been doing it for 5 years. So I just came up and she said like for the bare minimum, I think she said like $25 a photo or something like that. So I think I put mine at 30 because I think I can take a pretty good picture and edit a pretty good picture. So I mean, it just depends on what you think your worth is. And I would even Google too. Like I Googled like what are starting UGC rates for UGC creators, and you'll come up with these. And like it depends on what you're comfortable with pricing your time.
Yeah.
For.
And
I mean,
some people, I mean, say like, yeah, if you have a professional camera or whatever it is, like you can also be like, well, this is a professional shot from, you know, a Nikon, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I mean, I think the numbers are so varied because yeah, exactly what you said, Deita. It just depends on.
It depends on what equipment you're using, what quality are you delivering, are they getting usage rights? You know, like there's all sorts of different things that you can dive into. But I mean, for me, I know my base for one photo is $30, for example, and one video is $100.
Yeah, love that.
It's a good starting point. And then when I send that to people, and if they say, well, that's not going to work for me, then you just negotiate, you know, but you have to position yourself as that expert to be able to have the power to negotiate and have that faith in yourself that you can deliver whatever they're asking for and deliver it better. Like I said, like over deliver on what they're asking. And I think that if you show up doing that, then the brand is going to see that, you know, like you don't fake it till you make it. You do it.
Yes.
You do it.
And so, so Christine's talking about free product exchange. Yeah. So basically kind of reiterating what you said, Deita, it's person to person, just, you know, negotiate, make sure it's a win-win situation for both, you know, creator side and brand side. And that's all it is, right? As long as you're happy, they're happy, then it's a good collaboration. That's bottom line, you know. So in regards to what platforms have been the most lucrative for you so far?
Honestly, I've just been on Instagram until maybe a month, and right before the TikTok ban, I was like, I'm going to download TikTok. Perfect timing, obviously, but then it didn't get deleted. So now I am on TikTok, but I don't really know how to like use TikTok to monetize things. So I'm posting on there and I'm growing my following and getting like a lot of views on a lot of my videos and kind of seeing like what works over there versus Instagram. So Instagram right now would be my short answer. Good luck with that.
How about other platforms other than RockPorch? Obviously, you've already monetized with us and do so consistently. Are there other platforms? I know that you search for like brand deals and gifts and stuff on other websites. Could you share some that are, you know, have been lucrative or good, you know, to find those deals?
Absolutely. The two that I use most frequently, and the one that I started on was Join Brands, JOINBRANDS. It is a super beginner friendly platform. I mean, they have jobs that are like $5 that you can, like, you get paid $5 and you get the product. So it's like very easy to build up your portfolio and actually show that you are working with brands because the brands leave you reviews on there and things like that. They're not as high paying jobs I've found as Coley is another site that I use, COHLEY. And I've gotten a couple of gigs off of there as well. And they do seem to pay higher for less work. Like, I mean, one thing, I sent a 10-second video of my dog digging underneath a camper, and like that's what the content that they needed, and it was $100 to literally go out there. And I told my dog, I'm like, go be bad underneath the RV. And like start digging, and they're like, oh, we want that. So it's like, that's another thing too, is where it all goes back down to the niching. Like, you need to figure out like, what do you want to promote? Like, what niche do you want to be on? Like, I love sobriety, but I'm not like that good at creating videos of me making a mocktail. But I'm really good at taking a video of me and my dog. out on the paddleboard. And frankly, like when I poll my people, every time that I do that damn poll, they always want more dog adventures. So I'm not gonna like push, even though I like it's something that's important to me. I'm not gonna like force my followers to watch something that's important to me all of the time. Like I still throw out like sobriety things, but I feel like once you find where your niche is, like I incorporate my sobriety into, like, instead of drinking, I'm doing this more videos instead of like trying to, I don't know, be something that I'm not. And I think that it's worked very good for me, because now anytime I go on a platform and I apply for like either of these two platforms, like 80% of the time, if I'm applying for a dog related thing, I get it, because I know what I'm doing, and I've, trained myself to, this is what I'm going to make content around, and this is what I'm going to position myself as the expert in.
Love that. Love that. Another great question from Christine. How much time do you spend reaching out until you get a yes? Like researching, DMing, email, negotiating?
Like, do you mean like, I guess, does that mean like for one specific brand, I guess? Like, I mean, I'm not going to, I'll reach out to a brand, and if they don't respond, like, I'll use this example because it really grinds my gears. Roughwear. I'll tell you what, I freaking love my dog's Roughwear life coats. But I'll tell you what, I have reached out to them probably 4 different times and said, hey, I'm a UGC creator, you know what I mean? Like, and I just keep, they have told me, I think 3 times I've reached out to them. They're not doing collaborations at this time, but please keep sharing our products. Well, of course I'm going to keep sharing their products because I like them, but like, I'm not going to go back to Roughwear like this month, even because I've already reached out to them through the DMs and they've told me no. I'm not going to go back this month and say, are you ready to collaborate? What I'm going to do is I'm going to tag them in every single freaking post that I make. So that way they see, oh, this girl really wants to collaborate with us. And she's already sharing all of these things. So maybe next time when I reach out in 6 months and I've sold 12 float coats through RockPorch, I can say, hey, I know I've reached out to you again, but can you send me so-and-so's email so I can share my idea and my results of what I've already been sharing. So I guess I don't, and unless it's a brand I really care about. I mean, I try to reach out to 5 brands every day, like different brands, whether it be through Join Brands or through Coley. And once I hit that 5 brands, I mean, I have a list of the brands that I'm going through. And once I hit that, I don't know. I don't want to call it a waste of time, but I'm not going to waste my time like begging people. Like, I'm going to reach out to them. If you don't want me, then I'm going to reach out to a different brand. You know what I mean? Like, I think that there's so many different companies that you probably align with. I know that there's thousands of companies that I don't even know about, probably, that I align with and that align with my values and what I'm trying to do. And if that damn Roughwear doesn't want me right now, they're going to want me later, because I'm going to keep freaking tagging their stuff because their stuff is great. You know what I mean? So it all comes down to personal preference. Like, how much time do you want to put in to reaching out to brands? Do you want it to be like totally time consuming? For me, I don't. I want to go out and adventure with my dog and share what I'm doing and encourage other people to get out there and do that. Now, of course, obviously I want brand deals and I want to work with these brands, but I don't feel like harping on them per se, like by like every day messaging them is going to do any more. I think it's going to do worse than just authentically sharing their products and tagging them in it, because they're going to eventually see, they're probably going to be like, damn, we need to give this girl like all of our products so she'll leave us alone on Instagram. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want to get do with them. You know what I mean? Like, I want them to be like, oh my God, like this girl like loves us so much. Like we want to work with her. So I'm
Right.
kind of, I guess, doing more, I'm in
Groundwork.
a marketing thing versus like being desperate. I don't know. That's just not my.
Yeah.
Not,
And I mean, the
not,
more brands you reach out to, I mean, the more hits you're going to get. Like it's sometimes it really is a numbers game. And with
yeah.
brands, oftentimes it's, they might even want, they want to work with creators, but let's just say, Q1, Q2 goals or whatever it is, just doesn't align right now with, the budget or whatever it is. So it never take it personally. Sometimes it's just brand goals and brand budget might just be allocated in different ways. Something that we forgot to mention about in the media kit that you have is actually, your sales, your RockPorch sales data that is crucial.
Oh yeah.
If you have that, do you want to talk a little bit more about that and how that's helped?
Yes. So I do have a page I have 2 pages in my media kit that I call case studies, and I actually just changed one of them because I was doing it just for paddle boards, but I kind of changed, like, for my portfolio examples, I have more of like adventuring too. And then I lied. I do have a page that is all just from the paddleboard because that's one of my biggest like brand partnerships is with the paddleboard. And to be honest with you, it's a free partnership. Like they use my stuff, they give me paddle boards, and guess what? I'm happy because I go and paddleboard every day. And now I have a paddleboard for me, and I have a paddleboard for my husband that I didn't have to spend money on. And I'm going to be making the content anyways. I get more exposure if I collaborate with them and things like that. So I don't know. I feel like it's very. I'm getting off subject. Sorry. With the pay thing and that. Okay, so the portfolio things. So I do it this way. So you can see like here on my case study, I have like all of the stats for each of my reels, and then you can click on whichever one and it will pull that up onto Instagram. But this is my RockPorch one. So on my RockPorch case study, I have my 3 reels and their stats, and then over here I have, you can't really see it because it won't let me scroll it up, but I have all of my links and what has been clicked from our analytics page in RockPorch and put that right on that page of the portfolio so they can say, oh wow, like she's already had, this is older, but 280 clicks. I think now I'm over 350 and X amount in sales. And now I have my rough wear life jacket that I clicked on and bought that I can put on there. But like this is great for if you're reaching out to a specific brand that's on there, or like a brand that's similar to somebody who might be on RockPorch. Maybe they're not on RockPorch, and then you can say, well, you should be part of this. Have you ever heard of RockPorch? You know what I mean? Like I have brands like that too that are not on RockPorch, and I'm like, well, y'all should be on RockPorch because there's this huge community. So it's all about networking and using the tools that everyone is giving you. Like RockPorch has so many great tools as far as that analytics page is like gold, and you can use that when you are posting like into your stories. So like say actually the RV park is one of my most clicked links. So when I like leading up to this RV stay, I'm going to be resharing like videos that I made when I stayed at this RV park a long time ago and sharing that link to like the TripAdvisor to their page in my stories leading up to this trip. So then when I come back from the trip after I deliver them what I need to, I can use that as a tool to negotiate for a paid collaboration for the next time and say like, hey, even before I posted any of this content, I've gotten 50 clicks to your resort. Like maybe next time or in order for me to do another one, like I want the free stay and some money in a nicer way. I'll go into chat GPT. A more graceful way to say that.
Yes,
But
yes.
like that ChatGPT does help if you're not really sure like what to say, but you have to definitely change it and like make it more personal because I feel like it's kind of gets icky when it gets to ChatGPT. But sometimes
Yes.
I need it to help my brain.
Yeah. Is there like a mistake that you made early on that you like wish that um I don't know, you like if you could tell your former self, like back in August, like don't do this or what would you tell her?
Stop being a wuss and go and talk on your stories. Or
Oh, right.
post more videos of me like talking directly into the camera, like show my face more.
Okay,
And I
okay.
think that would help to like skyrocket things a little bit better and not really, I don't know. And I get just sharing my links more consistently on my stories versus like sporadically, like having a better schedule of when I'd be sharing each kind of product.
Right. Oh, I want to highlight Renee's comment because she was on Creator Connect call when you said flirt with the brands. Do you want to
Oh,
elaborate a little bit as to what you mean, what you meant by that?
um, so
Like, yeah.
well, right now I'm not. I'm stalking Roughwear, but so by flirting with them, I mean like go to their pages, click on like if there's a brand that you like and that you're interested in. First of all, follow them. I mean, I think that that's a no-brainer. But like, I realized when I was like going to reach out to brands that I really do like, I'm like, oh my god, I'm not even following them. Like, I'll look like a real D if I go and DM them and want to collaborate with them, and I'm not even following them. So go and start following. Like, here's an easy, like 5-step thing. Pick 5 or 10 brands. I say 10 because it's easy. 10, not 5. Put them in your phone, in your notes section, because you know I love my notes section. And you can say brands to flirt with. And you can have it in your notes. You can do the little bullets, write down their handles, their 10 handles, and go on there every day and check on their page. See if they have a post, a new post. You go comment on their post, like their post, like everyone's freaking comments on their post. Because if you like somebody's comment, that's going to go on that person's notifications, and they're going to be like, oh, who's Deita liking my comment that I love that dog food? And then they're going to click on your name most likely because they're like, who is this person? And most likely, this person who's commented on the dog food has a dog and maybe wants to go on more adventures with their dog like I do. So maybe they want to follow me because I like their comment and they see that my content, jives with them, or my bio jives with them. You know what I mean? So I go on all the brands, make the list of the brands, go on them, like their, if you haven't followed them before or liked any of their posts, like their like 3 most recent posts, go through, comment on all of the posts, go through, like all of the comments. And now if you want to get even crazier, you can go through the likers of each post and like go to their stories, comment on their stories, go to their profile, see if it's somebody who jives with you. And I do this usually, like, I try to do it 3 times a week, but realistically I do it twice a week. Um, and do that, spend like 15 or 20 minutes and see how far you can get. You don't have to do all 10 each day, but if you have that list, say you knock out one brand today, then tomorrow you go and do the next brand. And it's just being active on their page and being somebody who they're like, oh, I recognize that person. Oh, that person commented on my thing. So then that way in a month or two, if you just started following them, then you can reach out to them and they already recognize your Instagram handle as being someone who is active on their page already.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you've been growing slowly but consistently. About like I think, yeah, since I think when you started, it was about 1,400 followers, and now you're almost, at am I saying that 100? Yeah, 1,700.
Yeah.
Yeah, now at 17. So yeah, about 200 followers. So, yeah, but it's all about that slow and consistent growth. uphill roll, right?
Yeah, and they're all like people who actually are following me for my content. They're not
Mhm.
like previously I was getting like random like user 1287 or Bobby Joe
Mhm.
with no posts. You know what I mean? Like now
Right.
it's actually outdoor dog moms or somebody with dogs or like somebody who's actually coming to my page to be a part of my community and not just be a follower.
Yeah. An audience is literally your audience is your key to landing more brand deals and making more money, because that is the whole reason why a brand will want to work with you, is to tap into your audience. So the more specific types of people you have, the more specific interests that they have, that is what makes your content valuable in the eyes of a brand. So love that you are, I mean, it's a slow but consistent growth, but you're killing it. You're doing it.
Trying my
So
best. And then a good
yeah.
way, here's one more little action tip for y'all that you can use that I use for like engaging like with my community and my current followers. Um, you can go through, and it's really hard like to stay up on like I don't know, like engaging with your own community. Like I feel like sometimes it's like the same, 30 or 40 accounts are always in your feed. So what I do to get more accounts in my feed and to get my account into more of my followers feed is I go through and I'll go into my followers and I'll start with AA and I type in AA, and whoever's name comes up with AA, I go to their page. I click like see if they have a recent post. Obviously, I'm not going to go to a post that was posted 4 years ago and like it and comment on it. But if they have a recent post, then I go and like and I comment on it, or I just message them and be like, "Hey, how are you?" And then
Mm.
they're most likely going to either comment back to my comment on their post or message me back. And that's going to tell the algorithm that we're friends, and that's going to push my content out to them more. And I just go through the whole entire alphabet. I do AA, AB, AC, AD, AE, AF, all the way through until I get to B. Then I do BA, BB, BC. And it sounds like really grueling, but it's really a really easy way to make sure that you are actually connecting with your followers. And obviously, like F G, probably you're not going to have any followers come up, but AB, you might have 30 come up. You know what I mean? And then you can just keep a post it note and write down like whatever letter you ended up on, or keep it in your notes. But, like whatever, wherever you ended up in the alphabet. And then the next day or whenever you need to go and connect with people, you have that letter already ready. And you're like, okay, I'm ready to connect with DA today and go through or whatever your letters are for the
I love the
day.
way you think, Dita. You're incredible.
I like lists and I like actionable items. Like, so if I have like a list in my phone, it's like way easier for me to accomplish it. Like, but if I go into my phone and I'm like, oh my God, I have 1,600 people that I have to go through, like, there's no way that I'm going to want to go through and connect with anyone because I'm going to get overwhelmed and then I'm just going to sit on my couch and eat ice cream and play with my dogs.
No, but I love how I mean, just putting that into perspective, right? You said 1,600 people. Like, I think on social, right? Like, if you think 1,600 people, who, you know what I mean? That's a ton of people. So don't think that, like, small following is small. Like 1,600 people, that's a conference right there. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So we have 4 minutes left. So I want to make sure that everyone, if you have either a question or a comment or something that you would like to share, some advice that you want to give, please drop it in so that we can talk a little bit about it, discuss it, all that stuff. Or maybe like what you learned today, an actionable item that you'll be taking away from Dita, that you're putting in your notes, that you will be implementing later on. So let's drop those in the comments now, please. um, but yeah, so I guess final words of wisdom, Dita.
I would say my final words of wisdom is pick something like that you love to do and that you love to share about, because then it like won't feel icky, and it won't feel like you're working, really, if you're doing something that you love. Like I was just telling my dog the other day, but literally I was sitting on the couch and I told Kina, I was like, damn girl, like, come on, we gotta get in the car and like go do a dog shampoo video, and we gotta take a picture of like our new tablet case. Like we gotta go to work. But like, how cool is it that on a Tuesday that I get to say to my freaking dog, like, load up in the car and we're going out on the paddleboard to do some work, you know?
Right.
So like whatever that like happiness and joy is to you, because like that's like my happy place is like out on the paddleboard with a dog. So like whatever that joy and whatever that thing is that like brings you happiness, like that's what you need to like niche down to and share about more, because not only is it going to make it easier for you to do it, but the brand, like brands will know. Like brands know like when you are passionate about something and when you're just doing it to do it.
Yeah.
So
let
like
me
dig
highlight
into like whatever it is. Like dig into your specialty and your weird and embrace it.
Love that. All right, let's see. So what Teal said, just get out there and pitch. I'm in my head about pitching, just need to go for it. Amazing, super actionable, and Deita literally like laid out down the law today exactly how to do that. Of course, you can DM her too, right? I mean, Deita's always open to questions and obviously super engaged with her following. So follow her, talk to her, and yeah. Let's see, Christine, actionable item, about to leave on a 5-month road trip. Wow. Add in links in my stories. Yes, queen. Definitely is an easy way to start doing things daily. Correct. And sharing those links daily also is literally how you're going to see monetization success, especially with affiliate, like that passive, as I said, long term, right? Make sure to save those stories to your highlights for that passive income. Otherwise, it just disappears. Renee said she's going to work on the 10 brand list. Oh, who are you flirting with, Renee? And engage more with my community. Yeah, we'll probably learn about who she's going to flirt with at the Creator Connect call on Wednesday next week. Get ready to share, Renee. We're holding you to this actionable item. Like, okay, but me and Deita, we're gonna look at this. Yasmin's actionable tip: DM me followers to say hi. Okay, love that. Simple, easy, doable. Christine, oh, great, thank you. And Liz, start posting 3 times a week. Plan post for my upcoming Moab trip. Ooh. Tag RockPorch when you share links, and we will reshare it, by the way. If you guys follow us, you guys will see we try to repost as many all your posts with links. We try to repost them. And Christine says, is the Creator Connect calls on Wednesdays free? Of course, yes, community. We are there every single week. Yes, it's always free, never a paid thing, for sure. Interesting question. I guess we should mention that it's free. But yes, we will see you guys hopefully all, every single Wednesday on our Creator Connect calls. Thank you so much, Deita, for your time, incredible wisdom, and for being always so open with all your knowledge and just being like such an awesome rocking creator.
Yes. I appreciate you guys and all of that you do for all of us. Like, you guys are the best. And I wouldn't be able to be where I am if it wasn't for all of your help and all of your guidance, which I still need to get on with you about the blog.
Yes. After both our conferences right now, we'll get on another call, or we can do it on a Creator Connect call, so everyone can glean information from that as well. And I know other bloggers will be joining too. So that could be a cool thing. Awesome. Thank you guys seriously so much. As Christine, Renee, Thomas, Elise, Tamika, and everyone else who was who hasn't commented but is here. Really appreciate yours this time. And yes, we will see you guys next Wednesday.
Thank you guys so much for jumping on. I appreciate it.
Awesome. All right. Thank you guys. Until next time.
Have a good day.
Bye.